Good morning. It's Friday, December 15th, 2023. This is your Georgia WeatherNet morning update. We have a lot to talk about, and it is all centered around that big cloud mass that's over the Gulf of Mexico right now. It's missing a lot of characteristics of being a tropical depression or tropical storms. That's not going to happen, but we're still going to have the wind. We're still going to have the rain over the next couple of days, and that's going to really impact southeast Georgia, southwest Georgia with a lot of rain, but that wind also making its way all the way up into the North Georgia mountains. So we're going to talk about all that. Just want to show you where the storm is right now. The edge of the main cloud shield is just hugging the Gulf Coast, and we do have some clouds in extreme South Georgia, but most of the state is checking in fairly clear this morning, and we can see that on radar. No precipitation to talk about other than a few little light showers down toward Jacksonville, moving in, kind of being drawn into that storm system, but we're in the calm before the storm basically across the state this morning, and temperatures are on the cold side because of those clear skies. We have sub-freezing temperatures in quite a few spots. Rome and North Georgia is at 28, Athens at 30 degrees, LaGrange at 30, even showing 30 at the Macon Airport, Milledgeville's at 32, and we have mild temperatures there along the coastline. That's to be expected, and showing those low 40s from Valdosta all the way over to Cairo and into Blakely, also at 43 degrees this morning. So let's take a look at the modeling. We'll start out with 8 o'clock this morning. Again, things are pretty quiet. We'll continue to advance through the day today, and not a whole lot going on. Maybe a few showers along the Georgia coastline. Now we're heading toward 10 o'clock tonight. Still fairly quiet. That wind will be picking up. We're going to take a look at the wind model in just a second. That's going to be our main factor. And then by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, a little bit more shower activity moving into South Georgia. Just going to be scattered showers for the most part. And then a little more consistent rain starts to move in by tomorrow afternoon. That's going to be along the counties bordering Florida up into Albany. Before it's all said and done, 4 to 6 inches possible in southwest Georgia. Heavy rainfall also expected along the coastline. So now we're at about 7:45 tomorrow evening. See that rain mainly south of I-16, but it is going to be very consistent, and then stretching on up into North Georgia, metro Atlanta, as we move into tomorrow evening and late tomorrow night. Still not going to be heavy rain necessarily tomorrow, and the wind not going to be as bad as it's going to be through tomorrow, but it's going to be pretty consistent, going to be very windy through the day. Let's continue on into Sunday now. So here we are at 4 o'clock in the morning. A little heavier rain starts to move in. The center of that storm, actually, let's back up just a little bit so you can kind of get a view of what that storm looks like. Again, not a real defined center of rotation on this overall storm system, but we do have a center of the low there, and this is going to be a very deep low-pressure system. Looks like it's going to be near Jacksonville as we head into the morning hours on Sunday, so that heavy rain will continue to push in to South Georgia. And as that center starts to exit out into the Atlantic Ocean, we're looking at the possibility of some near-record low-pressure readings, and that's really where you get the strength of the storm. That's where a lot of that wind comes from. You get a very, very deep low, and you're going to get a lot of wind going to be pushing in to fill up that gap. So that's why the wind is going to be our main concern. And then let's just continue on as we move through Sunday, moving into Sunday afternoon. That heavy rain continues along the Georgia coastline, and then we'll just continue on through the evening hours, finally starting to move that system out of here. But that wind field is still going to be very strong, especially there in southeast Georgia, all the way up into the Augusta area as we move into late night hours Sunday night and Monday morning. All right, now to the wind model. We'll zoom back in a little closer here to the state of Georgia. Again, starting out at 8 o'clock this morning. That wind starting to pick up there in southwest Georgia, showing those wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour. And that's going to be pretty much the name of the game through the day today and into tomorrow. Those 25, maybe 30 mile an hour wind gusts will be likely. And let's continue on through this afternoon. Still going to be breezy over most of South Georgia into middle Georgia. This is starting to head into the afternoon hours or the early morning hours tomorrow. This is 5:30 tomorrow morning. Going to be just pretty consistently breezy. Nothing major going on through the day tomorrow, but expect those 25, 30 mile an hour wind gusts. And that's going to start to pick up in northwest Georgia as well as we continue to track through tomorrow into tomorrow evening. This is at 6:30. Now we'll go into the evening hours, showing some pretty strong winds up in the North Georgia mountains here. 41 mile an hour wind gusts possible, and just checking out through South Georgia. Again, 25, 30 mile an hour wind. That's going to be pretty consistent. Now we'll continue on through into Sunday. This is where things start to get a little bit rougher. So Sunday morning now, 10:45. Take a look at some of the wind down around St. Mary's, 48 miles per hour. So we're going to be nearing 50-mile-an-hour wind gust. And then checking out Valdosta, about 35, up in Albany around those 35-mile wind gusts as well. So south of I-16, that's going to be the big deal as we get going through the morning hours on Sunday. And then in the afternoon hours, we're going to be pretty much along the Georgia coastline. So let's take a look at some of these readings here, showing 47 around Savannah. Brunswick at, we're going to be a little higher there, showing that 50-mile-an-hour wind gust. Just sometimes we get little gaps in the models there, but just know that we have that potential of 50-mile-an-hour plus wind gust as we move through Sunday morning into Sunday afternoon. And then let's push on through. As I mentioned, even though the rain's going to be out of here, the wind is still going to be around. So this is 1 o'clock in the morning on Monday morning, Sunday night, Monday morning, still showing those strong wind gusts. Mainly in coastal Georgia. Savannah, still around 44, 45-mile-an-hour wind gust all the way down to Brunswick. And as we get down into Jacksonville, Duval County, getting up closer to 50-mile-an-hour wind gusts. But even for the rest of the state of Georgia, still going to be very breezy late Sunday night into Monday morning. And we may be underdoing it for the mountains. We're showing those wind gusts around 20 miles an hour or so. Could be a little higher than that when you get up into those higher elevations. So just be on the lookout for that wind as we continue through all the way into Monday morning, actually. So we'll continue to keep you up to date throughout the weekend on this storm system as it moves through. That's the very latest for now. Here's a look at your local forecast from Northwest Georgia to Southeast Georgia.